The neck bridge is a really great way to build strength and resilience in the posterior neck structures or in neck extension. It is a progressed exercise, so this is not where you want to start, especially if you have a weak or deconditioned neck or if you have neck issues. So don't start here, but there are ways to introduce this intensity depending on where you are. So I'm going to show you a couple different levels. So the first one is just going to be a neck isometric hold. So for this, I will have my clients or myself use my hands to push yourself into a neck bridge and then hold. If you have a lot of strength, you can release your hands and hold for the desired amount of time. If you do not have enough strength, then what you can do is get into the position and then slowly put more pressure into your head and less into your hands. So you might not be able to take your hands away, but you can use them less. So you can put less fingers on the floor or just feel like you're pressing your head more and more. Now, if that is still too intense and you're unable to do the mobility to do that, you can keep your hips down and start by just pressing your head into the ground and lifting your shoulder blades off. So this would be a little regression of lower intensity. You can do multiple reps where you're sliding back and forth and lifting up, or we can do a hold where we are coming up and holding. We don't necessarily need to get all the way up into full extension and an arch. Most people will feel more muscles working at the halfway mark here. So your weight is going to be at about the midpoint of your scalp or a little bit higher. We just don't necessarily want it on the top of your head. Now, if that is too easy or you've been doing them for a while, but you are not able to do these where you lift your hands and hold, then what we can do is lift our hands and fail out of the position. So this would be the eccentrics part. This is going to be coming up, using your hands, slowly lowering out of the position, and then resetting and doing it again. Now, over time, you should feel like you can do those a little bit slower and more controlled, and your program might have a couple of those variations in them, but you should not feel any pain or discomfort. You should just feel a lot of work in your neck. You should feel like those muscles are really fatigued, like you've really worked them. And if that's what you feel, then you did a good job. If it's too intense, you might feel some pain, some sort of discomfort or pinching after. You need to make sure you regress and just slowly work into the exercise. And then you should be able to, over time, progress to some of the more intense variations. So make sure you're consistent and patient and meet yourself where you are to start, because you can always make progress later. It is hard when you overdo it too much too soon.